When members enter the church property, they would enter here. And here's the main parking lot. There's sufficient parking for about 50 vehicles. And moving this way to the back side of the church is where the main entrance that would take us to the workers' defense section would be. So we come around this way. And here's the primary parking, and to the left, the fence, the door right there in the right corner would be the door that folks would enter, and then they'd walk through 3 long hallways to end up in the area right in the middle of the screen where some of the workers' defense office space would be. So in this option, the Ferguson Church, the meeting rooms and the office spaces are kind of spread out through multiple places, and there's not a dedicated entrance that takes us directly to a workers' defense exclusive space. Just looking down the hallway here, you walk down to these 2 doors here on the right. The first door to the right is where 4 staff members would be, and the next door to the right is the medium room for Junta until May. Across from that is the nursery, the second door on the left that has a small child care room. And then turning to the other hallway, here we see a small room for 2 staff members, plus an entrada area that we can share with other organizations. And then in these 2 doors, it will take us to the chapel and the kitchen. Turning all the way around, this door, the very front, will take us to the official front office of the church, but which would not be the main entrance for workers' defense. We are inside the church, walking down the hall to one of the staff rooms into what we would use as the Junta room for 4 months. This room here would be used for 4 staff members. We would take out all of the furniture and put probably RAP and AT in this room, or ELS and AT in this room. Then walking to right next door is the room we would use for Junta. It's about the size of our current Junta room for the areas that we could use. So it fits 30 people tightly. We cannot put anything up on the walls, and we cannot take anything out, but we can move the chairs for the meeting, but we have to put them back after the meeting, and we have to clean everything. And from about this point over, we can't go in this area and touch anything. So even though the room appears a little bit bigger, all of this is off limits. So the space we're really looking at starts from this door to there. So that's where we'd have junta from January until May, while another organization uses the main chapel. Then directly across this room is a small nursery for childcare. It's a small room, but much bigger than what we currently have. Comfortably fits 5 to 10 kids. It's about 1/4 of the size of what we would have access to in the other church. Walking down the hallway will take us to another office space that Workers Defense can use. So in this church, rather than the entire team be together, we would be separated into different areas of the church. In this area, the small entrada space here, we can use, but it's not exclusive to Workers Defense Project. Other groups will have to have access to this small entrance space. Walking through here is a small room, which would probably be for the ELS team or the RAP team, or really any of our teams. But it's a small room, about half the size of the rooms we currently occupy. So it's just slightly bigger than a walk-in closet, but definitely we can cram 2 people in here. Then walking out back into the common space, turning, there is a restroom. And the cool thing about this restroom is it includes a shower like the other church. Walking back out this way, we see the garden, the patio and garden right there. And zooming in, the parking lot is right there behind the fence, and the main entrance would be that door, and then people would have to walk through the hallways all the way down around to this door to then come into one of the office spaces. This door here would not be an entrance. Walking back down and turning, we enter the chapel. We're entering the chapel and the kitchen area. Here's the chapel. It fits about 150 people. So it's smaller than the chapel at the other church. And we would be able to use this room for juntas on Tuesday nights starting in May. Prior to May, there's another group that uses this Monday through Friday. We can't put anything up on the walls or decorate it. Everything has to be portable and mobile. So when we do use it for juntas, we have to think mobile. Turning, it is connected directly to the kitchen space, similar to the other church. And it has everything that we would need: ovens, refrigerator, sink area, dishwasher. But it's not an industrial commercial kitchen like the other space. There's also a washer and dryer area and some microwaves.